What is up, YouTube? Thrift School over here, right outside of Goodwill. We're going to pop on in there. It is, Wednesday at about 5 p.m. So it's probably going to be pretty busy. There's a good amount of cars out here. So let's see what we can find. Hopefully it's not picked over. I don't think it will be.
So first things first, I walk on over to the electronics section. That's where I always recommend to go over first. I don't know, I just always seem to find my best finds in the electronics section. I see this cool speed stack mat. Just really looking around, seeing if anything catches my eye, and then I noticed a Asus notebook PC. I'm like, oh, what's in here? Oh, it's just an old keyboard and mouse. $4. Nothing I really want to mess with. Maybe it had some value. Maybe it was an expensive keyboard. See this cool driving wheel and foot pedal. I noticed it was for PlayStation 2. A little outdated. I left it behind. But I do find a few of these Radica and Tiger Electronics handheld poker games. I will find another one in a few seconds here. And those can be worth good money, definitely. I see a Rock Band guitar down here. Now, I always find the PlayStation ones. You could tell by looking at that little button over there. If it has a little Xbox logo on it, it's for Xbox. And that one's for PlayStation. You need a whole dongle and everything like that. So nothing I was really going to deal with. The controllers aren't worth too much without this specialty dongle that could cost you $30-$40 just to buy. Here's that other pocket slot. That's a Radica game. Now, these games actually didn't have too much value. You kind of want to look for the bigger ones, the illuminated ones, things like that. But, if you buy enough of them, you could lot them up and sell them in a big lot over on eBay. And that's another way to make some money, especially if you're only paying $1.50 a piece on them. It's almost always worth it to grab them. Taking a look at some of the electronic prices over here, $10, $12, and these are just for basic DVD players, not recorders, nothing like that, so I wasn't going to grab them. But I do find this brand new sealed game over here. I noticed $1, then I look up $5, $1, $5. I don't know what it's worth. I threw it in the cart like I do with most items. I like to just throw things in the cart, look them all up later after I've gone through the entire store, and I end up putting it back because it wasn't going for any money online. But I found this cool Hot Hoops basketball game. Now, this looked like something I grew up playing. I look at the year 2000. Yeah, 19 years ago. That sounds about right. I was a kid when this came out, playing this, and I'm pretty sure I had this exact one. Nostalgia was kind of hitting me. I decide I want to look inside here and see if all the pieces are in here. I only noticed one basketball, so I'm struggling to take it out of the box. And no basketballs in the bottom. There's only one ball in here. And I figured, maybe I could buy some on eBay, make a full lot. Well, it only sells for about $10 on eBay, so I put it back. Here are a couple Guitar Hero games. I do like to buy these when you can find them cheap enough. I bundle them with guitars, and it makes the whole bundle worth a lot more. But one of those games is kind of a bolo. Keep an eye out. I talk more about it at the end of the video. Here's some sealed DVD box sets. Checking the price on them. $8 a piece. $8 is kind of high. I did look them up anyways. On Amazon, you could make a little bit of money. I'm restricted. I can't sell DVDs on Amazon. So I looked them up on eBay, and there just was no real money to be made. Maybe a couple bucks here and there, but I'm not going to spend $8 to make 2. It's just not worth it for me. And then I was counting them to see if there was a full lot. Maybe then it would be worth it, the complete series, and it was missing a few seasons. So I just put them back. No need to really mess with something like that. I'm coming down some of these middle aisles here. Found this game. Oh no, it's used. Throwing it back. It's alright. It's no problem. But I do come across a few games down one of these aisles, and there they are down at the bottom. Sagrian? Not sure what that was. $6. It had an extremely high rank, over 1 million in toys on Amazon, and 2 puzzles priced at $2 each. Now that's not a bad price. One of the puzzles I put back, the other I keep. You'll see those at the end. I noticed this really cool trippy mug, Riverside Park in Agawam, Massachusetts. It's an old amusement park. I don't even know if it's still there. I looked up the park on eBay, and there was no mugs, nothing like that. There was some memorabilia. I've sold mugs in the past. I try to stay away from it because they are fragile. They do cost a decent amount to ship, but it's on the bookshelf. I don't really scan books. I'm going to scan these 3 shelves. That's what I'm going to do. we're just going to go on and scan every single one of these books. And you could see, this is how many I had to scan. I'm going panning through them all before I found one. But it's a really good one. You guys can see the price on the screen. This book is going to make me about $50. Just that one book. I'm going to finish scanning that row and then the 2 bottom rows. And hopefully we find a few more $50 books in here. That was a nice treat. Hey, guess what? The one right after was worth money also. Now you can see on the screen, not a lot. I'm going to make about $4 on it after all is said and done. Those books were only $1 a piece. But hey, I'll take $4 because that rank was phenomenal. It is going to sell so fast. It's a no-brainer to pick up. I scanned that entire second shelf. And guess what, guys? Not a single book was worth it. So let's move down to the third shelf. And this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to scan dozens, if not 100 books before you find just a few. And I scanned that whole third shelf. There was nothing. I'm getting a little discouraged here. I didn't bring a Bluetooth scanner, so my scanning's pretty slow right now. So I'm walking away. But I do recommend if you want to go scan books, it's one of the easiest things to get into. It's kind of monotonous. It's kind of brain numbing, but if you buy a Bluetooth scanner, it will speed up the process super fast. Now, after I saw that cool mug, I decided to go check out the mugs. I know I've seen Gary V go out to tag sales and he talks about mug life and things like that, but that's not something I mess with. I was just curious. Maybe there's some interesting looking ones, Starbucks ones. I really haven't looked at the mug section in a long time. Let me know down below in the comments if you've sold mugs, and if you have, what's the best sale you've had on a mug? I've sold a few when I first started reselling, and I sold some for, $40, $50. It's definitely possible. But I haven't done that in a long time, mostly because I don't look in the area. I've gotten a little used to not looking at mugs. Another thing I don't look at anymore, clothing. I decided to take a look. What do we have here? $10. It's kind of high. It's a double XL Pendleton. What's behind it? Another Pendleton, both 100% wool. $10, double XL. Who donated these clothes? Another XL Pendleton. And right behind them are a whole bunch of Orvis shirts, all double XL. Great size, definitely worth some money. At $10, there's no way, not even a chance that I'm going to be spending that money on Orvis. But Pendleton is definitely a great brand. I mean, it sells still. It sells for great money, especially a double XL, 100% wool. You kind of want to steer clear from the cotton, but 100% wool can go for great money. I'm sure you're seeing some of the prices up here on the screen, and they sell really good. But I decide, you know what? Maybe I will take the Pendletons. I go back and I look at it. My gosh, a hole. There's always going to be holes in these, I find, especially at thrift stores. 100% wool sweaters and shirts. Look how big this hole is. I could almost put my finger all the way through it. And really, you're going to be finding this on a lot of wool clothing. So always look over it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, however many times you can, and see if there's any holes. Found this cool spider long sleeve shirt. I was wondering how much it cost. I look around the corner, $6. So $6 is a little high. They sell that brand at TJ Maxx now. The price has come down quite a bit. Would you buy it? Let me know down below. I am kind of getting out of clothing. And right before we leave here, before I show you guys my final haul, taking a look at some of the high prices, it looks like a lot of shirts at $10. Dockers, Van Heusen at $10, LL Bean at $10. Yeah, and this is why I'm kind of getting out of clothing. Prices are going up at the thrift stores, and the value on eBay is coming down. But that's all right. Hard goods is where it's at for me. Let's take a look at my final haul. All right, guys, we are back at the house. I want to do a quick overview of everything that we purchased and tell you guys exactly how much I think I'm going to make on this stuff. The first thing we have is this book right here, and guys, I haven't scanned books in so long. I scanned those 3 rows and I only picked out 2 books, so it took a while. That's why I hate scanning books. It just takes forever to scan them and only find a couple, but it was worth it. This one I'll end up making just over $4 on. I spent $1. It's a really, really fast seller. This thing's gonna sell probably instantly, so that was definitely worth it. Kind of a good game right here. Now, I originally bought this just to bundle whenever I find a controller, like a Rock Band guitar that goes with it. $3. I'm actually going to profit about $10 on this, maybe a little bit more. So right now we're at about $15-ish, just under $15 profit after my buy costs. Not bad. Now, this Springbok puzzle right here,
Pretty quick sale, $2. I'm gonna make about $4 on this as well. So what are we at? We're at about just under 20 bucks. But now the big score is this guy, this book right here. It is called The Vivaxis Connection, Healing Through Earth Energies. Paid $1 for this, guys. And I'm going to profit about $50 on this book. So we've made, what, $50, $60, $70. I was in there for a little bit of time because I was walking around, really digging through things. Now, I put back those games that you guys saw. I put back a few things in the cart just because they weren't worth it. And I'm pretty upset about the Pendletons. It's a shame they all had holes in them. So I see that a lot with them. So always keep an eye out when you're looking through clothing. Make sure they're in perfect condition. You got to check all the buttons, check for holes, check for pulled strings and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I found some decent stuff today. I'm pretty happy. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions at all. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is Thrift School signing out. See ya.